Christopher and Dana Reeve passed away tragically, leaving their only child together orphaned. Now an adult, their son honors their legacies, and many have noted his striking resemblance to his beloved father in numerous photos. Christopher Reeve was an American actor best known for portraying the title character in the movie Superman and its 3 sequels. He also starred in other films, including Speechless and The Remains of the Day. Besides his noteworthy career, Christopher was also a family man. He married actress and singer Dana Reeve in April 1992, and they welcomed their only child together, son Will Reeve, 2 months later in June of that year. Despite the joy of becoming a parent, Christopher's life took a dramatic turn in 1995. While participating in a cross-country horse competition, he was involved in a freak accident that left him paralyzed from the neck down. Christopher developed suicidal thoughts after waking up in the hospital. With his wife beside him, he asked her to let him go. The film director recalled that powerful moment in an interview. "Without missing a beat, she looked me right in the eye and said, 'But you're still you and I love you,'" he remembered. From that point forward, he dedicated his time to gain full recovery so that he could walk again one day. Through his political work, the New York native turned his focus to reformed healthcare and increasing research money for the study of the spinal cord and central nervous system. Together, Christopher and Dana founded the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to enhancing the quality of life for individuals living with paralysis. Tragically, the Reeve family faced a devastating loss when Christopher passed away from heart failure in October 2004 at the age of 52, leaving behind his wife and their then 12-year-old son. Barely 2 years later, young Will suffered another heartbreaking loss when his mother Dana succumbed to lung cancer in March 2006 at the age of 44. Despite being orphaned at the age of 13, Will had fond memories of a normal upbringing with his parents. He recalled them reminding him to turn off the television, eat his vegetables, and go to bed, just like any other kid. Although he would often see his father on magazine aisles while at the grocery store growing up, Will emphasized that he had a totally normal childhood. Will also shared that, despite his dad's fame, Christopher always prioritized parenting above all else. However, he noted that his father's paralysis placed limitations on the spontaneous activities they could have enjoyed together as a family. "That could be difficult, but my parents did such a good job of staying true to their values that I never felt deprived of a normal childhood, even though my experiences, at face value, were inherently different from other children my age," said Will. While Will's parents didn't live long enough to see him grow up, Dana Reeve had thoughtfully planned for her son's future before her passing. She chose their neighbors, Ralph and Ann Pucci, to adopt Will, ensuring he would be cared for by people she trusted. The couple, who have 2 children of their own, Nicole and Michael Pucci, warmly welcomed Will into their family. Will also received strong support from the wider community during this challenging time. Will once gushed over the family of 4, saying, "The Puccis are lifesavers. They are the very best people. They are the reason that I was able to emerge from the darkest period of my life, relatively unscathed. Nicole and Michael are close to him in age, and they all used to play together as kids." Will even described Michael as his first best friend. Reflecting on his mother's decision to have the Puccis be his guardians, he said it was the best decision she had ever made. Will expressed how much of an impact they had on his life growing up. "They took me in, and they loved me, not even like a son. They loved me and do love me as a son. The Puccis are my family, and they always will be. When I say I'm going home, it's their house," he said. In addition to the Pucci family, Will also has older half-siblings, brother Matthew and sister Alexandra Reeve. They are his father's children from his previous relationship with Gat Exton. The 2 siblings were born and raised in London, but later relocated to the U.S. where they attended college. Will once divulged that they try to get together as often as they can, as Alexandra is based in Washington, D.C., while Matthew resides in Los Angeles. He also shared at the time that they each had 2 children and that he was having a blast being an uncle. "It's really not that hard being an uncle to kids under the age of 5, because I just get to do the fun stuff," Will expressed in a 2021 interview. After losing his parents at a young age, Will grew up to become a prominent figure in the public eye. He graduated cum laude from Middlebury College with a degree in English and American literature and pursued a successful career as a broadcast journalist. As for his love life, the ABC News correspondent is currently dating a woman named Amanda Dubin. He showed her off in April 2023 when he paid tribute to her on her birthday. Paris is for birthdays. The happiest to at Amanda Dubin will penned on Instagram, alongside a heart emoji and a selfie of the happy couple. In February 2024, Dubin also shared pictures of the lovebirds on her Instagram account from an outdoor wedding they both attended. Per her LinkedIn profile, Dubin is an event planner and specializes in event planning and production. She currently works at a company called Victoria Dubin Events based in New York City. While both Dubin and Will have openly shared photos of themselves together on social media, many online users have noted the striking resemblance between Will and his late father. One observed, "Very handsome, and he looks like his dad." Another wrote on Instagram, "Looking like your father." Someone else gushed on X, "He looks like him." "You look so much like your father in the first photo," said one user, referring to a 2022 Instagram post that Will shared on his page, expressing his love for baseball. Meanwhile, another observer mentioned how heartwarming it is to see how Will turned out and how well he has done for himself, adding, "He's gorgeous. He looks like a super well-rounded young man. Great smile, smart and humble." One person likened him to both his parents. "He looks like dad, but also like mom, something I see in him," said the user about the Massachusetts native. Although he lost his mother and father several years ago, Will keeps their memory alive. He remembered them in November 2019 when he attended the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundations, formerly Christopher Reeve Foundation, a magical evening gala. "I think his legacy is never going to go away, and think that is a responsibility that I feel, to carry his and my mother's legacy on for the rest of my life, and hopefully beyond that," said Will. Will believes that one of the best ways to honor his parents' memory is through their foundation, as he feels it's the key to ensuring their legacies endure. He also shared that the way he and his half-siblings live their lives is another meaningful way to pay tribute to his parents. Will shared that the impact his father made is felt by millions of people whose lives he touched. Many fans have told him that his dad was their favorite Superman, and they also remember him for his work off-screen. The 32-year-old explained that these fans often emphasized how much they admired his father for who he was as a person. Christopher Reeve inspired them in ways that extended beyond his career. Will believes his dad was one of the few individuals who made a lasting impact on culture, making a real difference in the world beyond what he was originally known for. He explained, "I think that he was a change agent in the world, and those are the people who last, and that is why he has lasted." When speaking on his foundation, Will revealed his dad's biggest dream was to see a world with no wheelchairs. Will takes great pride in continuing his parents' legacy, especially in advancing the mission to discover cures for paralysis and improve the quality of life for those affected and their loved ones. He feels deeply empowered by the values his parents instilled in him, expressing gratitude for having had them as his mother and father. Will considers it an honor to follow in their footsteps. He aspires to be like them because they made a meaningful difference in the world, and that's how their legacy has remained with him. Knowing that they mattered brings him immense pleasure, and he is committed to celebrating their contributions. "I love keeping their memory alive. "I love knowing that they matter to other people enough to talk about it," said the television reporter. Christopher D'Elia Reeve, September 25, 1952, October 10, 2004, was an American actor, film director, author, and activist, best known for portraying the title character in the 1978 film Superman and its 3 sequels. Born in New York City and raised in Princeton, New Jersey, Reeve discovered his passion for acting and theater at the age of 9. He studied at Cornell University and the Juilliard School, making his Broadway debut in 1976. Following his acclaimed performances in Superman and Superman 2 Reeve turned down many action movie roles, opting instead to work in smaller films and plays with more complex characters. He later appeared in critically successful films such as Somewhere in Time 1980, The Bostonians 1984, Street Smart 1987, and The Remains of the Day 1993, and starred in the plays *5th of July* on Broadway and *The Aspern Papers* in London's West End. On May 27, 1995, Reeve was paralyzed from the neck down after being thrown from a horse during an equestrian competition in Culpeper, Virginia. He used a wheelchair and ventilator for the remainder of his life. Despite his injuries, Reeve continued his creative work, directing in The Gloaming 1997 and acting in the television remake of Rear Window 1998. He also made 2 appearances in the Superman-themed television series Smallville and authored 2 autobiographical books, Still Me and Nothing is Impossible . Throughout his career, Reeve received a BAFTA Award, a Screen Actors Guild Award, an Emmy Award, and a Grammy Award. Starting in the 1980s, Reeve became an activist for environmental and human rights causes, as well as artistic freedom of expression. After his accident, he advocated for spinal injury research, including human embryonic stem cell research, and for improved insurance coverage for people with disabilities. His advocacy work included leading the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation and co-founding the Reeve Irvine Research Center. Reeve passed away in 2004 from heart failure at a hospital near his home in Westchester County, New York. Early life and education. Reeve was born on September 25, 1952, in New York City, to Barbara Pidney Lamb, a journalist, and Franklin D'Elia Reeve, 1928 to 2013, a teacher, novelist, poet, and scholar. Many of his ancestors had been in America since the early 17th century, with some having arrived on the Mayflower. Through his mother, Reeve was a 12th-generation descendant of William Bradford, a Pilgrim and 5-time governor of Plymouth Colony. Other ancestors of Reeve were of French aristocratic descent. His paternal grandfather, Colonel Richard Henry Reeve, served as CEO of the Prudential Life Insurance Company for over 25 years. Franklin and Barbara divorced in 1956, and she moved with Christopher and his younger brother to Princeton, New Jersey, where they attended Nassau Street School and later Princeton Country Day School, now known as Princeton Day School. Reeve's parents both remarried. Reeve excelled academically, athletically, and on stage. He was on the honor roll and played soccer, baseball, tennis, and hockey. The Sportsmanship Award at Princeton Day School's Invitational Hockey Tournament was named in Reeve's honor. Reeve had a challenging relationship with his father, Franklin. He wrote in 1998 that his father's love for his children always seemed tied to performance, leading him to pressure himself to act older than he was in order to gain his father's approval. Between 1988 and 1995, the two barely spoke, but they reconciled after Reeve's paralyzing accident. Reeve discovered his passion for acting in 1962 at age 9 when he was cast in an amateur production of the operetta Asterisk, The Yeoman of the Guard Asterisk. It was the first of many student plays. His interest in acting was solidified when, at age 15, he spent a summer as an apprentice at the Williamstown Theater Festival in Williamstown, Massachusetts. Cornell. After graduating from Princeton Day School in June 1970, Reeve acted in plays in Boothbay, Maine. Although he initially planned to move to New York City to pursue a career in theater, he ultimately applied to college on his mother's advice. He was accepted into several prestigious universities, including Princeton, Columbia, Brown, Cornell, Northwestern, and Carnegie Mellon. Reeve chose Cornell primarily because it was far from New York City, which he believed would help him resist the temptation to start working as an actor immediately, as he had promised his mother and stepfather. At Cornell, Reeve joined the theater department and performed in plays such as Asterisk Waiting for Godot Asterisk, Asterisk Life is a Dream Asterisk, Asterisk Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, Are Dead Asterisk, and Asterisk, The Winter's Tale Asterisk. Late in his freshman year, Reeve received a letter from Stark Hesseltine, a prominent New York City agent who had discovered Robert Redford and represented actors such as Richard Chamberlain, Michael Douglas, and Susan Sarandon. Hesseltine had seen Reeve in Asterisk A Month in the Country Asterisk and wanted to represent him. Reeve was thrilled and repeatedly reread the letter to make sure he understood its content. Although eager to start his acting career, Reeve met with Hesseltine, who surprisingly supported Reeve's promise to his mother and stepfather to complete his college education. They agreed that Reeve would come to New York once a month to meet with casting agents and producers to secure work for the summer. Reeve received positive feedback from his auditions arranged by Hesseltine, but had to pass on several opportunities because they started before his school year ended. During the summer, he toured in a production of Asterisk 40 Carats Asterisk with Eleanor Parker. The following year, Reeve received a full summer contract with the San Diego Shakespeare Festival, performing roles such as Edward Ivy in Asterisk Richard Ivy Asterisk, Fenton in Asterisk, The Merry Wives of Windsor Asterisk, and Dumaine in Asterisk Love's Labor's Lost Asterisk at the Old Globe Theatre. Before his third year of college, Reeve took a 3-month leave of absence. He traveled to Glasgow, Scotland, where he attended theatrical productions across the United Kingdom. Inspired by the actors he met, he often engaged in conversations with them in bars after their performances. Reeve also helped actors at the Old Vic improve their American accents by reading the newspaper aloud for them. He then traveled to Paris to study French theater. Fluent in French, having studied it from the 3rd grade through his first year at Cornell, Reeve immersed himself in French culture, speaking only French and attending many performances, before returning to New York to reunite with his girlfriend. Juilliard. After returning to the United States from Europe, Reeve decided to focus solely on acting, even though he had several general education requirements to complete before graduating from Cornell. He persuaded theater director Jim Claus and the dean of the College of Arts and Sciences that he would achieve more as a theater major at Juilliard in New York City than at Cornell. They agreed to count his first year at Juilliard as his senior year at Cornell. In 1973, approximately 2,000 students auditioned for 20 spots in Juilliard's freshman class. Reeves' audition took place in front of 10 faculty members, including John Houseman, who had recently won an Academy Award for Asterisk, The Paper Chase Asterisk. Reeve and Robin Williams were the only students selected for Juilliard's advanced program. They took several classes together, often as the only students in the room. In their dialects class with Edith Skinner, Williams had no trouble mastering all dialects naturally, while Reeve was more meticulous. Despite their differences, Williams and Reeve developed a close friendship. In a meeting with Houseman, Reeve was advised, "Mr. Reeve, it is terribly important that you become a serious classical actor. Unless, of course, they offer you a shitload of money to do something else." Houseman then offered Reeve the opportunity to leave school and join the acting company, alongside performers such as Kevin Kline, Patti LuPone, and David Ogden Stiers. Reeve declined, as he had not yet completed his bachelor's degree. In early 1974, Reeve and other Juilliard students toured New York City junior high schools, performing The Love Cure *. During one performance, Reeve accidentally destroyed a row of lights above him by drawing his sword too high, to the students' applause and cheers. Reeve later said this was the greatest ovation of his career. After completing his first year at Juilliard, Reeve graduated from Cornell in the class of 1974 with a Bachelor of Arts degree. Career. This passage highlights key moments from Christopher Reeve's early career, particularly his transition from stage to screen and his iconic role as Superman. In 1974, Reeve played Ben Harper on the soap opera Love of Life. His breakthrough came in 1975 when he auditioned for the Broadway play A Matter of Gravity, catching the eye of Katharine Hepburn, who cast him as her character's grandson. Reeve balanced this role with his soap opera commitments, leading to extreme exhaustion, resulting in him fainting on stage during the play's first night. Hepburn famously commented on his fainting, and the incident led to a closer relationship between the two, with Hepburn predicting a bright future for Reeve. Reeve's first Hollywood role was a small part in the 1978 film Grey Lady Down, but his career-defining role came soon after as Clark Kent/Superman in the 1978 film Superman. Reeve's portrayal, which balanced the dual roles of Clark Kent and Superman, earned him widespread acclaim, and he became an international star. He transformed his physique for the role through rigorous training, and his performance was instrumental in the film's success, which grossed $300.2 million worldwide. Despite the success, Reeve had mixed feelings about the Superman sequels, particularly Superman IV and Superman IV: The Quest for Peace. While he appreciated some elements of Superman IV, he felt the film was marred by its comedic focus. Superman IV, which he partly controlled, was a critical and commercial failure, and Reeve later expressed regret about the film. Reeve was dedicated to philanthropic efforts, using his celebrity status to support causes like the Make-A-Wish Foundation and Save the Children. Despite the ups and downs in his career, his portrayal of Superman remains iconic, and he is remembered for his contributions both on and off the screen. Christopher Reeve's post-Superman career demonstrated his versatility as an actor and his willingness to explore diverse and challenging roles. After the success of Superman in 1978, Reeve took on a variety of projects that showcased his range beyond the superhero genre. In 1980, Reeve starred in the time-travel romantic fantasy Somewhere in Time, where he played Richard Collier, a playwright who becomes obsessed with a photograph of a woman from the early 20th century, played by Jane Seymour. The film was shot on Mackinac Island, Michigan, using the historic Grand Hotel as a primary location. Despite initial unfavorable reviews and commercial failure, Somewhere in Time gained a cult following over the years, especially after screenings on cable television and video rentals. Reeve's next significant role was in the Broadway play 5th of July in 1980, where he portrayed a disabled Vietnam War veteran. His performance was praised, and it highlighted his ability to handle complex, dramatic roles. In 1982, Reeves stretched his range further by starring in Death Trap, a suspenseful dark comedy film alongside Michael Caine. The film was a commercial success and demonstrated Reeves' knack for suspense and dark humor. He continued to pursue diverse roles, including playing a morally ambiguous Catholic priest in the 1982 film Monsignor and a devious novice playwright in Death Trap. However, Reeve often struggled with the commercial success of his films, such as Monsignor, which he felt suffered from poor editing. In the mid-1980s, Reeve appeared in several theatrical productions, including The Aspern Papers and The Royal Family. He also hosted a television documentary on dinosaurs, reflecting his childhood fascination with them. Reeves' career continued with both successes and challenges. In 1984, he starred in The Bostonians, a film adaptation of Henry James's novel, which earned critical acclaim. Despite this, Reeve experienced professional disappointments, including the commercial failure of Street Smart in 1987, despite it receiving excellent reviews and earning Morgan Freeman his first Academy Award nomination. Reeves' personal life also saw significant changes during this time, including separating from his partner Got Exton in 1987 and returning to New York. He sought solace in theater and focused more on stage work, though he also ventured into television and other films, such as The Rose and the Jackal in 1990, where he played the head of President Lincoln's Secret Service. Despite these efforts, Reeve continued to seek roles that allowed him to break free from the Superman image. Though his projects met with varying degrees of success, he turned down roles that he felt were not suited to his abilities, which led him to explore more nuanced and complex characters. Tragically, in 1995, Reeves' acting career was drastically altered after a horseback riding accident left him paralyzed. Despite this, he remained active in the industry, directing, writing, and advocating for disability rights until his death in 2004. His legacy includes not only his iconic role as Superman, but also his remarkable courage and contributions to film, theater, and society. Christopher Reeve's journey after his devastating spinal injury in 1995 is both heart-wrenching and inspiring. His life took a dramatic turn after a horse-riding accident left him paralyzed from the neck down. Despite the overwhelming odds and initial despair, Reeves' determination and resilience were remarkable. Supported by his family, especially his wife Donna, who gave him the strength to continue, Reeve underwent life-saving surgery and rehabilitation. Reeves' story is not just about the physical recovery, but also about the emotional and mental challenges he faced. His transition from despair to hope, bolstered by the love and support of those around him, is a testament to his indomitable spirit. His intensive physical therapy and exercise regimen, driven by the belief that he could one day regain more movement, led to surprising improvements that amazed even his doctors. Reeves' legacy extends beyond his personal recovery. He became a powerful advocate for spinal cord injury research and disabilities, using his platform to inspire others and push for medical advancements. His journey, captured in his autobiography, Still Me, reflects a profound transformation from a man who once played a superhero to a real-life hero who battled unimaginable challenges with grace and determination. Christopher Reeve's life after his accident in 1995 was marked by remarkable resilience, activism, and a deepening sense of spirituality. Initially devastated by the accident that left him paralyzed, Reeve resolved to embrace life fully, dedicating himself to activism, film work, writing, public speaking, and parenting. His determination to combat the physical and emotional challenges of his condition led him to view his situation as a competition against decay, focusing on maintaining his health and avoiding depression. Reeve's activism extended to various causes, including disability rights, environmental issues, and human rights. He was deeply involved in political and social advocacy, from campaigning for Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy to protesting against the dictatorship in Chile, for which he received international recognition. His dedication to disability activism was particularly noteworthy, as he used his fame to raise awareness and funds for spinal cord injury research, significantly contributing to the field through the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. Despite not identifying with any religion for most of his life, Reeves' spiritual journey evolved after his accident. He began attending Unitarian services and developed a belief in a higher power, emphasizing the importance of living a life focused on helping others. Reeves' legacy is one of courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to making the world a better place, even in the face of personal adversity. His work, particularly in promoting spinal cord research and disability rights, continues to impact lives long after his passing. Christopher Reeve faced numerous health challenges throughout his life, including asthma, allergies, and alopecia areata, a condition that caused him to lose patches of hair. He managed to conceal this condition for many years, but it became more prominent after his paralysis, leading him to shave his head. Reeve also had a severe drug reaction while at the Kessler Institute for Rehabilitation, where he experienced anaphylactic shock that led to a near-death experience. He described this event as an out-of-body experience, vividly recalling how he felt his consciousness leaving his body and observing the medical team working to revive him. In his final years, Reeve suffered from recurring infections due to pressure ulcers, a common complication for individuals with paralysis. In October 2004, after attending his son Will's hockey game, Reeve went into cardiac arrest following an antibiotic treatment for one such infection. He fell into a coma and passed away on October 10, 2004, at the age of 52. Although no autopsy was performed, both his wife, Dana Reeve, and his doctor believed that an adverse reaction to the antibiotic may have contributed to his death.